All right, so I may have dipped into this a little bit before I started filming. Normally I like to open the bottle, you know, with you in the video. But this wine is so good that I couldn't help myself. And I may have had a bottle of it yesterday as well. You might be a little afraid that I am bringing Cava into the wine club, but I gotta tell you, seriously, this is going to become my house sparkling wine. It is so outstandingly good, great layers of complexity, and it retails for, I think, $20, $18. Insane. What's even more insane is that this is a sparkling wine that is made in with the same method as champagne. So the method champenoise, you'll see here on the label that they call it the traditional method. It's the same method that champagne employs that's so laborious. You know, everything is done in each individual bottle, whereas Prosecco's production comes from a single large vat that they just at the very end fill up your bottle. So super labor intensive, and because it has this it's what's called extended lees aging. So the yeast cells, right, with a little bit of sugar, with the still wine, the yeast eats the sugar and creates the CO2, the sparkling component of this. Well, the yeast eventually runs out of food and dies off and stays in the bottle. That's why when we talk about champagne, you can have this brioche-like quality or yeast-like quality with champagne. That's because of that extended contact with the lees or the yeast, the dead yeast cells. So Cava gets that same treatment. And what is fantastic for us is that Cava isn't as highly regarded, even from great producers. So it just means that the quality ratio to price, it sits like this, which is, again, totally to our benefit. So this is the Rosé. Macabeo is the primary grape variety that makes this up. All of the other grapes are kind of obscure Spanish varieties. So we won't really get into that. The versatility of this as far as a food and wine pairing, a wine to drink on its own, the possibilities are limitless. So when you smell this, it's like strawberries and cream with orange pith just underneath it. And there's almost like a briny quality to it. I, again, freaked out over how good this was for how inexpensive it is. Clocking in too at 11.5% alcohol. So it's a great aperitif wine. And it's something that if you only drink half the bottle, not a big deal. Champagne, excuse me, champagne, you know, you come in at about $60 for anything of high quality. So fantastic alternative. It is definitely not champagne. This has to me, has a bit more fruit, and it's not as textural. It's a little bit leaner. This is a lightweight boxer, where champagne is kind of that mid-weight to, you know, the big burly guys. This is very lean, very laser-like focus. And so when you try it, oh man, totally that strawberry. And it oscillates for me between candied strawberries and then just ripe strawberries. But there's definitely a tart component. And when I say candied, by the way, I do not mean that it's sweet. This is bone dry, but it has that quality to it. It's slightly herbaceous, kind of briny. And this is gonna pair with chips and salsa. This is gonna pair with a charcuterie board. This would go with steak. I mean, this chicken, fish, pizza, I can't think of anything that this wouldn't go with. Maybe not, don't put it in with orange juice. Don't make a mimosa out of it. That's the only thing that this won't go with, and how dare you if you even considered. I hope you fall in love with this Cava as much as I have. I hope you find it so light and refreshing. This is a whimsical wine meant to be enjoyed with friends. Cheers.